Hey everyone, for those of you who've seen AI bots like these have conversations based on something called GPT-3, which is the best language model out there on, that understands English language better than anything else in the world. Okay, GPT-3 and the more current GPT 3.5. Okay, this right here, this conversation, the system that they are using to pull that off, to pull off their conversation, totally realistic conversation, is exactly what we have forming the content of our websites for you if you want to use those tools. That means that instead of you spending about 6 hours to do the research and write the web pages, you just tell it the page you want, hit go, and it creates the page for you on the spot, and then you can final edit it all you want. But it's done in a couple of minutes, a minute. And so you get hours and hours and hours of work condensed to a couple of minutes. Most people do not know this is possible in most industries, and they certainly don't know how good this is. They're still debating whether robots can even generate text good enough to be English, but the fact of the matter is we're way past that now. So I want to point this out. There's two models to this thing. One is called the Curie model. One is called the Da Vinci model. Let's just say this. The Curie model is good enough to pass the litmus test. If a person is talking with a bot through just a chat interface, he doesn't see he's talking with a bot. He cannot tell if he's talking with a bot or a human. Okay, Curie is good, but he'll eventually figure it out if he knows that short answers are all it gives. It gives really good, detailed answers, but the Da Vinci model is far better. It gives much better versions of the answers. Longer, more involved, more interesting. So the difference is this might interest the reader in joining the newsletter or converting or browsing or buying something. It might interest the reader into doing that because it's really good. But this will basically seduce the reader into certainly buying it. I'm just saying that. It's just really clear from studying the two models that this is much stronger. And the reason I point out the difference, our websites are built using the same engine that these guys use to generate the web pages. Okay? And so when you come here and you choose anything from a category, or you choose a new release, any of these new release templates, they all have that functionality. They're equipped to go with either the Curie or the Da Vinci versions. Question is, how do you know which one you're getting? And the answer is, are you paying annually or monthly? So if you're getting one of these because you like it, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this for myself. I'm either going to do it for the same industry or a new industry, so I'll put in my own services and keywords and video links and stuff, or I'll do it for a generic industry. In other words, just give me a lorem ipsum, and I'll start from scratch with the AI bots helping me, if I want, to create tons of content for the website. Okay? And you just fill in your company info and whether you already have a domain or not, or you're going to buy a new one, and you can do it right here, literally, and you can add it to the order. Then when you get it, you can either pay with PayPal or Stripe. Lately, Stripe has been preferred for a lot of folks, and so we've been starting to recommend it. There are a lot of guys saying, I got rid of my PayPal account. They have their reasons for doing so. And Stripe, we find, is just more versatile. It's pretty fluid for lots of payment operations. Having said that, you can choose to pay by the month, okay? Or you can choose to pay annually, okay? If you pay by the month, you get the Curie model. If you pay annually, you get the far more powerful Da Vinci model. And by the way, if you say go and you buy this thing after filling out the form, you know how long it takes for your website to be live and running? About 3 minutes, okay? So then you can just log in, because you'll get an email telling you how to log in. And you'll be able to log in and start doing whatever you want to do in there, okay? Very, very cool. And because of all the AI functionality that we build in, you're absolutely going to be able to turn that website into an awesome authority site, expert level for whatever topic you want it for. Even if you never heard of the topic, you can write like an expert in it, especially with the Da Vinci version. We've just watched It writes like a practitioner or a therapist or an expert or a professor in the field. It literally writes incredibly well, but it can write in whatever voice you want. Witty, polite, informal, other. We put other as an option so that you can choose exactly how to describe the voice you want for the pages, okay? So there you go. It's extraordinary. There are a lot of reasons why you're going to want our websites anyway, but having said that, what's extraordinary is three things. One, the contents write themselves, basically, so it saves you hours and hours and hours and puts you way ahead of the competition. They can't do it. And the web pages monitor how humans interact and make logical decisions to improve the time that people want to spend on the pages to improve your ROI for you without you ever doing anything. In other words, you can build your website in under an hour, totally finished, expert website, and you can set some goals during the same hour saying what you want the website to accomplish. High priority. They should watch this video. At least 20% of the people that land on the page should watch the video. If they don't, are they scrolling past the video or not? That's a decision that the website makes. It watches for that. But if they're not watching the video anyway, then try this other video. If that doesn't work, try this third video. Whenever a video does work, just stop. Stay with that video until I decide to come in and raise the percentage and you can try more videos, right? So absolutely, you can put that list of alternative videos in one spot and let your website just do its job, okay? Your website also watch the newsletter signups. First, if people are not scrolling far enough down to see it, the website will move it up so that they'll see it, okay? We don't want to move it to the top. They're not ready to join yet. They're going to go right past it, okay? You don't want to do it multiple times. They'll get blind to it automatically, and then they'll forget to think about it by the time they get down low, and they're excited, okay? But the newsletter should be as low as possible while still being as high as possible to be seen. The website will watch for that to happen, okay, to make sure that happens. That's amazing. And if people are still not joining when they see it, then you can give it alternatives for what the newsletter title, paraphrase, and button say, so that instead of saying join our newsletter, it'll say get 10% off your next order, sign up here, get the coupon code, something like that. Absolutely awesome. The websites will make those decisions for you on a page-by-page basis. So if you generate yourself 20 pages or 100, each page will operate independently to move things around and check things out to make sure that each page maximizes ROI on your behalf over time without you ever coming back to the website. That's two of the three major things that make our websites uniquely different from everyone else, because other people can't do that. They can use AI to generate a web page, but we create tons of variations that you can ask us to turn into subdomains for you on a file automatically. All you have to do is produce them, edit them, and then we'll go ahead and make them into web pages for you. Totally amazing. And that's the third point. Support ticket system. You can ask us to do pretty much anything. You can say, hey, I got this right, but I need a unique image that's about whatever your thing is. It's about this thing I'm selling that's, healthy to drink, or it's this fitness program I want people to follow, or it's carpet cleaning or roofing, and you need an image, just ask. We'll create the image for you and put on your page. And if you create yourself 100 pages, we can create a bunch of images and put them on your pages. Really. So all of this stuff is organized in a way that it minimizes your work. As long as you're on the subscription, whether it's monthly or annual, we'll do work for you like that. But like I say, the only real difference that's intended, whether you pay monthly or annually, is whether you get the Curie engine or the DaVinci engine. Because the DaVinci engine costs 10 times as much to produce content, so we got to be mindful of that. Okay, having said that, I'm going to start walking through how some of the stuff looks in the back end. And this is just a dummy site, where we're doing some development. All right, there you go. So what should you do? Go to website-installer.com, okay? and get yourself something. A lot of the images are broken and missing on some of these categories. We have to catch them up. We've been doing a lot of work with these. So you're just going to have to live with the fact that you're going to have to hit like live demo if you want to see what that one looks like. All these websites are really quite cool, no matter how they look in that thumbnail box. So don't let the thumbnails fool you. These are pretty cool websites. So, get something you're interested in, whatever it is, and then it'll auto install onto the domain you want. And by the way, if for whatever reason, when you install a website, and if there's some reason why you say, I wish I'd have gotten this other one, just put in a support ticket going, hey, I installed this one, but really I wish I had installed this one. Just put in your support ticket. You know what they'll do? Change it for you, right? So you just make sure you keep the copy of your contents or your plan, and we'll change it for you on your website. Free, okay? So that's cool. Guys, get in and get going. This is an amazing time of the year to start building stuff up. Google will hold down everything you create for a couple of months. So instead of me having to say something's on a sale, if you get it now, I don't even need to say, I need to say this. You're going to be alive in another month, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to either have a job or be retired or struggle for cash or not, or want to create some extra cash for something, to travel to see your kids or who knows what. The sooner you start with these sites right now, because we update them all the time automatically when you're on subscription. Whether you're on annual or monthly, we update them anyway. So you get all the new features anyway. You want to get in and get these now because you're getting older. The sooner you get going, the sooner you get through Google's tests of whether you have the staying power for Google to go ahead and rank you higher. And as visitors come and see and the sites self-adjust, then guess what? The sites get better and they rank higher. A lot more people see them. And those people are going to be really impressed when they land on the pages, because the pages have been reorienting themselves to impress people more. Okay? So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and there's a lot more. Keep watching the videos I'm putting out, because if we walk through some of these things in more detail, you won't believe how much power you have. You can basically guarantee that you're going to outcompete your competitors and make a lot of money as long as you get in and get moving fast. All right. Talk to you soon.